y'all that might be watching this as a recording, keep in mind this is also going on to a live class. So if you're like, why is there this weird pause, or who is she talking to? There's a class here. So that class has decided that today we are writing a resume for Grendel Smith. Grendel lives at 666 Beowulf Lane in Grovetown, Georgia. His phone number is... And then his email. Now, Grendel might have a funky address, but he's got the email address right. He's going to say Grendel.Smith, and then he's going to put his birth year, because I guess Grendel Smith's a common name. And Grendel Smith was born in the year 23. He's pretty old. Or he was until Beowulf killed him. So, we're presuming this was written before he was killed. What job is Grendel applying for? He wants to be a black... No. Let's pick like a really lame modern job. Okay, I got a few different... I like the idea of like this big monster sitting at a computer typing. Okay. So an accountant? Okay. My goal is to use my... Okay, we're going to have to figure out the skills here in a second, okay? But we'll come back to that. It's to use my skills to be a successful accountant with... What's the name of the accountant agency he's applying for? For Default Accounting Agency, as recommended. So what type of skills does Grendel have that you want to have as an accountant? He's good at math. Okay, to use my mathematical prowess. Ooh. What else? And strong worth ethic. So let's figure out, how do we want to work in his ambitiousness and his patience? He was. So my mathematical prowess. Let's put work ethic next, and then because work ethic kind of leads into that idea of, like y'all said, patience and ambition. And my mathematical prowess, let's make this fit. So my strong work ethic and my ambition to be my ambition... Wait. In my patient and practical dedication to my goals. My goal is to use my mathematical prowess, my strong work ethic, and my patient and practical dedication to my goals to be a successful accountant with Default Accountant Agency. Now, we know this is a little clunky. This is something we would want to come back to in a day or two with fresh eyes to kind of figure out, okay, we know this isn't quite right. It's going to be okay for now, but we're going to come back to that and fix that up. So just keep that in mind. Now, Grendel's got to have skills to get hired. Now, he needs to know how to talk about these schools, but he has the fortune or misfortune to be enrolled in my class and have this access to a plethora of resources. So we're going to go to the checklist of transferable verbs. Again, you went to classwork, you went to the cover letter and resume folder, and from there you looked at the checklist of transferable skills, and you know that those are those life skills we want to talk about here under skills and qualifications. Now, let's say Grendel should have, like, he's been alive for a really long time. He should have some type of certification. What certification does Grendel have? So we're not looking at his education. His education is going to go down here. We're looking for his certification. His qualifications. Certified in So we're going to say he's certified in people eating, and then we want to tell them when you got that certification. We know the Beowulf took place around the 600s, so he probably got that certification a little before the 600s. So we're going to say he got it in the year 589. We're going to put the year in parentheses so that our employer can see how recent that was. So let's look at this checklist of transferable bills. Which of these skills do we think that Grendel might have? Oh, we said ambition. This would be a good one to talk about, right? For example, murdered the citizens of... Why am I blank? I should not be blanking on the name of that meat hall. Hurrah! For 12 years. So, we're not only going to say we're ambitious, we're also going to give a note of how we show we're ambitious. So, ambitious, when I set a goal, I pursue that goal with great enthusiasm and dedication until I achieve it. For example, I murdered the citizens of Faroes for 12 years. No, the really fun thing is I think all these things get searched. So, unfortunately, because I've typed the word murder, this might get flagged, and so we might have some of the administrators having to read this miserable disaster of a resume. I'll keep y'all posted on that. He'll be like, "What are you doing in there?" Well, you see, he definitely is not going to probably be able to talk about positive energy or helpfulness. Confidence, yes. I don't like that one a lot. Let's find a way to talk about it. He is he is every single night, y'all. Punctual, killing those people. Punctual. So let's talk about time management. Let's say time management for that. Effective time management. I am always punctual and I am aware of my time so that tasks are completed before they are due, and that I am in attendance for all meetings, for all obligations. Okay. Now, you can put an example here. You can choose not to. I'm always punctual. I'm aware of my time so that tasks are completed before they are due. And so that I am in attendance to all obligations. For those 12 years mentioned above, I arrived promptly at dusk each night to terrorize and murder. Now, this is a little long. You're usually only going to want 1 to 2 lines for each bullet point, so do keep that in mind. I might look at this and go, I don't really want to keep this because it's not absolutely necessary. I want to keep it to 1 or 2 lines. Let's pick one more skill. Efficiency. Ooh, yeah. Dependable, efficiency. Let's see which one it was gonna be. So we have ambitious, we have time management. We kind of talk about dependable. Well, this one does kind of also talk about both efficiency and dependableness, but we can focus on one of those. Ability to troubleshoot. ability. Huh. Creative problem solver. I am diligently committed to my goals, which often means solving problems to achieve those goals. I do not hesitate to develop a plan, to develop and execute the plans necessary. I was recognized at Hero for swiftly solving the overpopulation problem. So notice I use what information is here as a starting point, and then I kind of figure out how it specifically applies to whoever's writing the resume, okay? So, what type of job might Grendel have had? What's a more creative way to talk about that? Or what's a way that's like more relevant to y'all? Let's say that he was in a high school club. What high school club would Grendel be in? So he's a mathlete. Oh, that's great because it's related to accounting. Excellent. So we'll say that Grendel was in a plethora of clubs, but he's going to include the ones most relevant to this career choice. Now, once you're actually like in your late 20s or even early 20s, should you still be referring to your high school clubs? No, because that will make you look so doggone lame, but we're going to assume that Grendel's a recent graduate of high school. His timeline gets a little weird, just go with it. So he was a mathlete. What high school did Grendel attend? So he was at Skyrim High School. What years was he there? As a mathlete, what years was he a mathlete? Just senior year? Okay, so that's fair. Now, to make it seem like the most that we can, we're going to write it like this. I mean, yeah, if you look close, you recognize that it's just 1 year, but it looks nice at a glance. Okay? What were his roles as a mathlete? He was a member. Was he a team leader or was he only a member? Team leader. Oh, that's true. Maybe he like just immediately jumped right to the top. Like Grendel was all in it. Maybe like there. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, yeah. Yes, he demolished the competition. So what we're going to look at next here is we need the verbs to talk about what he did. So when we go back to this cover letter folder, this adulting resume verb, this video is about to run out of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video here and we're going to pick up at a part 2 here in a moment.